not in the garage, actually outside. It's day after St. Patrick's Day here in central Indiana. Woke up this morning to freaking snowstorm. Anyway, today's project, Tuesday? Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. Online auction. About, according to Google Maps, an hour and 45 minutes north of here. It took me about 2.5 to get there because of the road conditions. But the ZA, it's a real nice straight tractor. It's got some funny stuff going on with the extensions on the headlight brackets and that bracket thing sticking out down below. Yeah, it's real nice and straight. It does have some rot there on the brake cover, but I've got a pile of those. The steering post, I didn't look and see what's it look like back there. Just starting to rot out there on the steering post, but not bad. In the auction, it did say that the motor would turn. I've had a battery in it this morning and had jumped solenoid, but yeah, it does turn, so that's a plus. It's got this aftermarket platform deal with brake pedal extensions. I think someone said Nodler maybe made those. It's got funny brackets on the axles. I'm really not sure what kind of implement they had on it. Yeah, real good looking rubber. It does have some dry cracking, but not horrible. When we went to load it, the auctioneer had a forklift, John Deere, I don't know, like 2020 or something like that, turned around backwards, factory forklift thing, and we hooked a chain on it to try and pull it on the trailer, and it would not move. Looking at how I've got this puddle of oily grease here, and we had the same thing on the other side. My guess is the rear end is probably got a lot of water in it, and with the temperatures in the teens today, my guess is the rear end is full of ice. But we're supposed to be up into the 60s. I think a highest 60 on Wednesday or Thursday, so, but it's supposed to be up mid to upper 30s tomorrow, 40s or 50s Monday, so hopefully a couple 2 or 3 days above freezing temperatures. I can pull the plug out of the bottom and see how much water we get out of it. I also picked up a set of 15 5/38s. Didn't really need them, but a little less than $10, so for the pair, couldn't hardly go wrong. And I think this Firestone on top is going to be a pretty good match to a BF Goodrich I've got to make a match set that if I ever put a puller together, like, yeah, that makes some decent pulling tires. But yeah, that was and you can see based on the spooge on the what's left of the fender and on the tire and up on the axle, just what kind of snowy, nasty roads I was driving in getting this thing home today. Yeah, good times. But this is the third ZA that I own. Talking with Dad, plan is we'll take this one and the two down at the farm. We'll get them out, park them side by side, pick out the best one, pick out all the best parts off the three, put one really good one together. One of them is pretty much a parts machine, I think, and it does run, but it's got some oil pressure issues. I think it's just sludged up in the engine. But the other one was pretty decent enough. We hung the bracket underneath the bottom and put the mounted corn planter on the back of it. I'm not sure the lift rods that I got for it. Either the lift rods are wrong or the A-frame that hooks it to the axle brackets is wrong, because the lift rods are too long, so I just use chains. But anyway, that's a different story. I don't know if I can get in there. I don't know if this is in focus on the serial number plate or not. I can't read it. I don't have my glasses on. Land it best we can. Maybe it'll show up. I don't know. I don't know exactly what year it is, but I'm gonna figure it out off the serial number and go from there. But even the front tires, they're a little smooth, but a little drywall cracking, but they're all holding air. So for what I paid for it, yeah, it's solid motor, good tire, wheels and tires, good sheet metal. And the auctioneer told me that I outbid the scrap guy to get it, so I feel pretty good about it. Even if it does cause an argument with Mama when she finds out. I don't know, she might be beyond caring at this point. I don't know. But yeah, the old Ram 1500 did good today. Tractor, we're back a little farther than I would normally load it, but that's just where we ended up with the forklift carrying it. That's what we ended up doing, was taking the forks. I'll go around and show you where we forked it. Yeah, so once he was able to get his forks right under here on both sides and carry it up and get it on the trailer, and then he backed up and he reset and actually reset the ramp so he could drive up the ramps, and he picked it up and carried it that far. We almost dropped it because when he picked it up the second time, he got under here and he was on that bolt, and it actually the fork kicked out, and I was standing over there on the side. We were on the side, and when it tipped this way, my first reaction was to go like that, and I went, oh, that's a really bad idea because that's a heavy one. Backed up, and he set her down and all was good, and we said, you know what, that's close enough. Normally I would try to get that axle centered between the tires on the trailer, but she's not going to roll, so we're not going to move it. It's far enough forward that didn't squat that we had some tongue weight, but not so far back, you know. Anyway, yeah, it all worked. So anyway, there it is. I'm guessing it's probably like a 51 or 52 with the pressurized radiator cap on there, but pretty straight old tractor. Yeah, even if we don't, yeah, I don't know, fix it up, hang some wheel weights on it, make it a plow day tractor. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go inside where it's warm. I'll be back.